No game is perfectly balanced, and today I'm going to cover the 10 most overpowered things in the Warzone. Welcome back to COD Central TV. Let's get into the video. Number 10, MP7 60-round mag. The MP7 is without a doubt the best SMG within Warzone. Fans can't stop using this gun, especially in the final few circles, because the amount of damage that it deals at short range is very high. There are a number of different attachments that make this SMG even stronger, but one of the most notable ones is the 60-round mag that the gun can be equipped with. If fans equip the 60-round mag, then they will be able to easily shoot their way through the final circle and win the match, which is why this is definitely something that players should consider putting in their loadout. Number 9, the heartbeat sensor. The heartbeat sensor allows players to see enemies in the nearby areas and will help a player if they are trying to sneak up and kill an enemy silently. This item can be found throughout the match, and although they are quite rare, it is still worth picking one up in exchange for any other piece of equipment because of how useful they are. Fans can pull this out and it will immediately start tracking heartbeats in the direction of enemies within the nearby radius. This is without a doubt one of the most useful pieces of equipment that fans can employ in Warzone, and every player should have it in their loadout. Number 8, helicopters. Helicopters can be used in a plethora of different ways to secure the win for their team. One of the most notable ways is simply by running players over as if the helicopter were a car, because that is one of the easiest ways to get kills in Warzone. It can also get players and their squad out of dangerous situations because of how much faster it is when compared to cars or traveling by foot. Players can find helicopters at a multitude of different locations, such as the prison and the hospital. Number 7, Ghost Perk. The Ghost Perk can be equipped within a player's custom loadout, and the effect that it has will stop equipment such as UAVs and heartbeat sensors, among the other similar pieces of equipment, from detecting them completely. Not being detectable by equipment such as a UAV will allow players to stay hidden, and it will especially be useful for sniping enemies because they won't know where the player is. This perk can be equipped within a custom loadout, and is considered one of the best perks within Warzone that has been introduced so far. Number 6, stopping rounds. The stopping rounds can be equipped onto the magazine of any gun to increase the damage output of the weapon. When the stopping rounds are applied to a gun such as the MP7 or another powerful weapon, they become one of the most useful items that fans can utilize within the game. Doing more than the average amount of damage will help win almost any gunfight in an instant. Number 5, gas grenades. Gas grenades allow the player to force enemies out of camping locations by giving them an ultimatum, stay or die. The gas will gradually do the damage similar to the circle's damage output and will quickly kill any player that is not wearing a gas mask. Lots of players use these grenades, but utilizing them correctly requires players to throw them at just the right time and at just the right location. Players should wait until an enemy is backed into a room and throw one of these in so they will continue sporadically coming out of their direction, and then the player can secure the kill. Number 4, PKM 200-round magazine. The PKM is powerful for so many reasons. It has very little recoil, the range is great, and its damage and output is nothing to snuff at. However, perhaps the most useful attribute of this weapon is that it can be equipped with a 200-round magazine that will allow players to easily take out an entire squad of players at once and secure the win for their team. Number 3, anti-vehicle launcher. The anti-vehicle launcher will quickly take out any air or land vehicle by tracking its location and sending a missile to it. If the missile hits, it will be a one-shot to the vehicle and everyone inside will go down or die. These can be found throughout the match as loot. However, they are somewhat rare, so players should consider trying to check every pile of loot they find on dead enemies if they desire one. The best way to use this weapon is by attacking helicopters with it, because they can usually be very difficult to take down compared to standard land vehicles. Number 2, M4A1. This assault rifle is one of the best weapons in the game because of its all-around usefulness, regardless of whether players prefer long-range or short-range combat. It is a weapon that will be useful throughout the entire game, and if it has a scope equipped, then it will be even more viable for the early parts of the match. Equipping a scope on this weapon is the best way to fully utilize it without a doubt. Number 1, Dragon Breath Shotgun. This shotgun is extremely rare to be found as loot from a chest. The unique thing about this weapon is that along with dealing large amounts of rapid damage, it lights the enemy on fire for a burn effect and some extra damage. The best way to get the most out of this weapon is by sneaking up on enemies and pumping them full of fiery bullets when in short range. If utilized correctly and in the right scenarios, this weapon will be one of the strongest short-range weapons that players can find. If a player sees this weapon, they should pick it up, and even if they are not usually good with shotguns, because it is a weapon worth learning and it will be performed even better than an MP7 when in short range with an enemy. One extra tip is to install stopping rounds on it, which will make it even stronger. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.